GUI screen description. The developed GUI for the one-phase induction motor consists of two screens. The first, auxiliary, screen, serves. For explanation, it displays equivalent diagram of the motor on the left side and its mathematical model on the right side. The basic differential equations describing the motor that are in boxes, the color of which corresponds to the color of the graphs. For inputting the motor basic parameters. The second, main, screen, shows the graphs of the motor variables and contains control elements for simulation models and displaying the graphs. The screen for inputting parameters for the model of single-phase motor displaying motor equivalent diagram, equations of the model, and input motor parameters. The panel motor parameters A, enable to input motor parameters and thus to verify and compare behavior of various motors. After pushing the return button, the main program starts model simulation with the actual parameters. In the bottom right corner, there are three buttons. The model button displays the motor model in the Simulink program, as shown in, and inside the block of the motor, the full scheme appears according to the default button sets the preset values of the parameters, and the return button causes return to the second screen with the graphs, and immediately, the simulation starts with the set parameters. The GUI main screen with the graphs and control modes of calculation and visualization. A. The panel for input and changes basic parameters of the motor. B. The panel for calculation of value of the capacitor connected into the auxiliary phase. Description of the control panels. The panel coordinate system A, contains three switches to choose the supply mode. 1. Supply by the harmonic voltage in the alpha, beta, coordinate system connected with the stator. 2. Supply with a permanently connected capacitor, and 3. Supply with the double capacitor. The panel graphs B, consists of two parts. The upper one contains four buttons serving to choose the graphs to display stator/rotor currents or stator/rotor magnetic fluxes. By the buttons in the lower part, the time graphs, I equals F1t, psi equals F2t, or mutual dependence of the variables is chosen, I alpha equals G1 I beta, psi alpha equals G1 psi beta. The variables of the motor we are intend to display, stator or rotor, are selected by the above-mentioned buttons. The GUI panels, A, coordinate system, B, graphs, C, load and stop, D, model. The panel load and stop C, shows the edit boxes for setting the values of the capacitors, permanently connected CR, starting capacitor Cs, load torque load, time of loading T load, time of simulation SIM, and supply voltage U and its frequency F. The panel model D, contains the possibility to finish simulation and exit from the program, close, displaying motor model in Simulink, model, and after pushing the button parameters, we switch to the screen with parameters, figures 8 and 10a. The panel of tools, table 2, makes the work with the GUI comfortable. The tools panel consists of 5 icons. The context menu enables to set up line widths for the simulation courses, line width, to make a copy of the screen, screenshot, by saving it, save, to run help, and to close the graphical interface, close. Panel of tools and menu of the graphical user interface.